How's it going, everyone? My name's Damien. Welcome back to Blue Collar here. Today behind me, we're going to be playing with the bed. This grinder here and a broom and some other help. We're hopefully going to have a really nice looking bed in the next few days. So, pay no mind to the other stuff. There's a flat tire over there again still. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to shoot right into the bed. So, let me just go ahead and tell you what my plan is here. We're going to take this grinder here, this fancy one with a thing knocked out of it, and we're going to cut right in between these old fender wells here, this way, all the way down. We're going to leave these little strips here of metal. We'll repaint them and stuff like that. Pay no mind to it. Okay? Inside of those is going to be cedar. Now we got 1x6s. They're about 8 foot and some long. I think this bed's about 8 foot and an inch, so it's an 8 foot bed with a 4 foot and 3 inches wide in between the wheels. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take care of that. First step here, like I said, get a grinder, follow that lip straight down. Okay, we'll mark that thing up, cut it out. We're gonna have to cut some of the old bolts and stuff here that are going to be holding this in place. We'll take care of that when it becomes a problem. Other than that, once we get that all cut out, we're going to take some saws, do a little bit of woodworking, and then we're going to have to drill a few holes. This thing has, I think, 5 or 6 supports across this bed here. So we're going to have to lay them down and mark them. And once we get that stuff marked out, we'll drill the holes for it, put them in place one by one, and then this thing should have a real nice bed. Now don't freak out, I haven't mentioned anything about staining yet, but we are going to be doing it. I don't know if I'm going to actually fully stain it or if I'm just going to do like a polyurethane, like a finish almost. Okay, so we'll see when the time comes. I'll go ahead and tell you guys, but that's what we're doing for this week. Anyways, let's stop talking. Let's get to work here. I don't know. I swept it. I didn't want all that stuff getting to my eyes. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I wonder, you know, if I'm out here working, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? You're supposed to be helping me. Why are you guys sitting in there watching this? I need help, okay? I'm just kidding, okay? Don't freak out. Just messing around. And just like that, magic happened. No, it's still messed up. But at least when I'm sitting here grinding this stuff, all that crap that I just swept up and got out of here won't hit me right in the eyeballs. But if you couldn't tell, this is why we're changing it. It needs a bit of loving. There's even some over here that's starting to give out too. Like you can see straight through right there and stuff, so we're just gonna do away with it. It's pretty old metal anyways. Alright. Make sure you put on your gloves and, you know, ear and eye protection if you got it or if you prefer it. I prefer it because I like my ears. So, I'm gonna get up here and just start somewhere, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. As you can tell behind me, we have done things. Cut out some stuff here and there and there and there, and I'm gonna get a pry bar and try to get this thing out of here. There's only six bolts that I cut the head off of, and they're square, so they've been on here for a long time. Anyways, cut those off there, cut straight down like I said, all the way this and that way, and yeah, I think we're ready to pry this thing up. Well, after a long time, a lot of muscle going on here, you know, because I got all of it apparently. We're finally about to get this thing out of here, hopefully. It's been a pain, but we gotta finagle it a little bit. What I found out is you get this and you just jam it up and ever so gently try, if you can, get through it. Sooner or later, it'll break loose. If you need to, like I'm gonna have to, you get this grinder right here, and you'll take it underneath there. Now be careful doing this now. You'll take it underneath here. Clean out a lot of that garbage under there. It's basically, after a million years, it's blast rusted. You'll come in here again, try, and sooner or later, it'll break free. Someday, more grinding. Try again. See if anything happens this time. Get out of there. See that pop noise? That's what you want to hear. When it really sounds like a break of something, you know. You're breaking the right stuff. We'll get here eventually. I'm going to get the grinder, clean this up one more time. Hard work. Well, if that right there didn't really just get me out of breath, whoo, air will get back in my body. Whew. Okay, that's what it looks like. I'll come in for a closer look, I guess. Look at it. Look how it looks. Looks weird, don't it? We still got one more piece to stick out. Let me show you that real quick. Right here. This was really stubborn. I'll take that off camera. We're gonna go ahead and clean some of this stuff up, and tomorrow we'll be looking into, hey, there's a walnut under there. Wonder how long that's been there. Anyways, back to our course here. Tomorrow we're gonna look into getting some of this wood laid in here. Once I clean this out, now what I mean cleaning out is take that out. I want to bring a board over here and show you guys what it looks like, okay? Because I think it's gonna look pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this out real quick. Like I said, we'll be right back. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This one board, it just doesn't do it justice. Look at it. It's just one board. One board don't look good enough, okay? There's gonna be like fucking 6 of them things in there. I don't know. I don't do math. It's a 1x6 piece of cedar, and it's 4 foot wide and 3 inches. Sure. We're gonna need a few, more than one. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's gonna be it for today, I think, unless I get another burst of energy out of nowhere, which I very seriously doubt. So we're gonna stop here. Tomorrow we got some wood cutting to do. We got some holes to drill, and we're gonna have to find some more of these bad puppies, because I don't have any this long, and they need to be changed anyways, because they might have been, you know, the integrity might have been there, but this is bad. Anyways, we're gonna find 3-6 more of them sometime and put them back. We still got to do some grinding, and yeah, we'll paint a little bit here and there. Probably paint before we put some wood down. What do you think? I'm thinking black. Just you know, everywhere there's the floor rust black. Anyways, we're gonna do that, and I do want to sand these a little bit before I put some of that polyurethane on there, but we'll see, because these are $2 a board, but that's because they're bad boards, so they got a lot of like cracks and holes and stuff in them, which is fine. You know, you do what you can with the money you got, so we're gonna make it work. Anyways, that's enough of me talking. Tomorrow, be right back in this. How's it going, everybody? Back with day 2 on the truck here. It's a little chilly, a little cold outside. You guys know the deal. Cold, wearing this hat. Covers my ears. Don't care. Anyways, we took the bed out yesterday, the old metal bed, and we're looking at putting some wood in there, some cedar. You guys, you know, didn't already know that, but you did. What I'm looking at doing today is cutting some metal Then I'm gonna lay strips over the boards that I'm gonna bolt down. So I'm gonna need 3 pieces, about 4 and some long, and I'm gonna need them a certain width because I want them the same width as the underneath cab, or I'm sorry, underneath the bed supports. I want them the same width as that. So I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna show you guys the metal that we're working with. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys the width of everything. How I'm gonna be cutting it out. I'm gonna measure it all up and all that stuff. Side note here. I did just wind up breaking the stand that you guys are currently on, and it took me like 30 minutes to repair it. So it's outside, super windy today, and it winded up blowing the stand over and broke the top of it, which I'll turn the camera around and show you that in a second. Snapped it right off. Hit the metal that I was going to cut and just gone, because, you know, plastic versus metal, you know, metal usually wins. So I had to plastic weld it. And the only thing I had with that was a piece of really, really, really old cigarette lighter plastic and that little heat gun. Not really a heat gun, it's like a wood burning kit thing that I used. So I'll get that all out of the way. I'm gonna show you guys this because I thought it was interesting, you know. Who cares? And then we're gonna go out and look at the truck stuff. So yeah. Alright, so there's the piece that I actually had to wind up fixing. Now this is by no means straight. I don't know if you can see that right there, but whew, definitely got the angle off. But for now it's just going to have to do till I can get another one. But we had to heat it up and put it back together because I can't hold and do all this cutting and stuff by myself without a stand. So I had to go ahead and fix that. Alright everybody, sorry for the wind. Here's the metal that we're going to be using. We're going to be cutting here. Like I said, 4 and some inch, or 4 foot and some inches sections there. They're only going to be probably about that wide. We're going to go measure that right now. And if this cat doesn't leave me alone, I promise you, I'm gonna get it. All right, here we're out the truck. Oh my God. So we're gonna want this thing. It's about 2 inches and another 4 inches wide. So we can either do 2 or 4 inches wide. I'm probably gonna go with 4. And yeah, that's how we're gonna have to do this. I'm gonna do 3 of them. One here, one here, and one here. There's no real center, so it's either one or the other, and I wanted to favor towards the front, so that's the one I'm gonna use. And we're gonna need 3 holes for each. We're gonna use the existing ones here and here that actually bolt the frame, and then we're gonna drill one in the middle. We'll take care of that last, and we'll square it up and everything. So over here to the metal, I'm gonna go ahead and measure some stuff out, write on it with a Sharpie. I'm gonna space them out because the grinder's gonna cut a little bit, you know, have the thickness that it'll cut like 1/8 of an inch or something like that. So say I put one here, right? Instead of putting one butted up right next to it, I'm gonna move up like 1 inch and then do that one, move up 1 inch and then do that one, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do this because it's super cold and windy right now. I'm gonna try to get this marked up, cut out, and then I'll meet you guys back into the shop. All right, here's the, I wound up doing the 3 by 8 by a half. And all that is just telling me it's a 3 foot, 8 inch and a half. And then over here's 4 inches. So all these 3, the only 3 I'm gonna make are gonna be the same. We gotta cut them out. Like I said, I wanted to leave some space. I left a little bit more. It's like 1/2 inch in between them. Last time I tried to cut them butt to butt with a angle grinder, I didn't account for like the 1/8 of an inch, so I wanted to leave myself some space, like I said earlier. But once I cut these out, I'm gonna have to bend this back. It's not gonna take it, just a hammer and bend it out straight, and then we should be good. 3 things. Tape measure. I used this for just like a ruler. I didn't need any of like the gauges or anything on it. And then I had a square that's actually broken, but of course a Sharpie. That's really the only 3 things I needed to mark all this stuff out. Now we're just gonna get an angle grinder. I'm gonna trace the outside line. Don't go inside. Always leave yourself extra. Cut the outside and then outside on all those. and then you should be good. Like I said, we're gonna lay it out on a template. We're gonna, matter of fact, I'll just show you what I'm gonna do on the back here. The back side of this truck, I almost tripped and died right there on that. Anyways, I'm gonna put all this wood all the way back to where it hits the 90 on the bed back there. And then I'm gonna lay it all out and then get a rough line, because this wood's gonna stop right here. And I'm gonna get that rough line and line them all up and then cut them so they'll lay in there right. Now this actually is gonna wind up being taller than the rest of the bed. Not necessarily wanting to raise it, I'm just trying to lay it in there. And some of these boards are a little bit thicker and some a little bit thinner. I'm not really too worried about that either. But that's how I'm going to do the wood. I'm just going to butt it up here. Like we're going to have to clean that out. That's no big deal. Butt it up, lay it out, cut it, lay it flat, and then we're going to get ready. We're going to drill these holes. We're only going to use 3, like I said, 1, middle, third. And then we're only going to use 3 pieces of metal. And the reason I want one in the middle is obviously so the wood doesn't bow very much. It'll bow just because of weather and time, but you want to keep them flat. So that's how I'm going to do that. We'll be back after I cut some of this stuff out. Like, I'm doing a lot of this in the weather, so I'm trying to get it done as fast as I can. Just bear with me. It's super cold right now, so we're going to get this taken care of. How's it going, everybody? We're back at it. It's the following day, and we still got quite a bit to do. This is probably going to wind up being 2 parts. Didn't get done with as much as I wanted to, but anyways, we got that metal cut out yesterday off camera. My phone wound up dying, so went ahead and took care of it. And today I'm going to turn the camera around, show you that, and then we're going to go get set up, show you what I'm going to do for the wood side of this. And we still got to go get the bed bolts and all that stuff, so let me go ahead and turn this around. Okay, here we are, the 3 pieces. Okay, they're not necessarily perfect, but they don't got to be. So I'm thinking there's one in here that's going to be smaller than the other 2, and I'm pretty sure it's this one. But I'm going to put that one on the back, the very end, after we get everything else laid out. So I'm going to go ahead and take the tripod here. We're going to go outside and let me do the plan for the wood. What are you doing in the way? Get out of here. You two, evicted. Go on now, yeah. Perfect. Now we have a nice little runway. Get out for all this stuff. So, yeah. Rolling. Why is this stuff so heavy? It's cedar. It shouldn't be. Get on there. Round 2. I have a loss of breath. I couldn't possibly know why. I'm breathing heavily. Perfect. Wait, did you say you wanted to know why I was doing that? Well, I don't know why. Okay, I don't know. Oh, knew I forgot something. Did you guys know that's loud? We'll fix that. Hang on. Goodness, somebody should have screamed. Forgot the gloves, but it's not a big deal. Anyways, I'm gonna take some of this stuff off, clean it up a little bit. Alright, with those grinders right there, I went ahead and fixed up the rest of this. It was a grinding wheel and a cutting wheel. I just used a cutting wheel to help me cut off some of those bits of metal that were welded on there. So now I'm going to go ahead and start laying this wood in here in a weird fashion. Just one by one, just kind of laying them in, trying to get a rough estimate how far I'm going to have to cut them and stuff like that. So we'll see in just a second once I get these laid in. Some of these are longer, some aren't. Put this broken side. Now, like I said, some of these are going to have holes, but definitely going to keep the broken pieces on the end that I'm going to cut off. And that one will just barely make it, I think. Basically what's going to happen is I'm going to cut off a line right here a little bit in from where this tailgate's going to be. So we're going to cut on the inside of it right down through here, straighten those boards up, get all those pieces out of the way. Then we're going to take those 3 pieces of metal I got earlier, we're going to lay over this. We're going to get ready to start cutting the holes and stuff, or drilling the holes to make those cinch down to the bed. So right now I'm just going to get ready to clean this up. I'm going to mark a line in here. I got to go get a ruler, and I want to make sure that looks pretty straight up there as well. So here's that line up here. Now it's not perfectly straight. What I could do is take these boards and cut them to where they're pretty straight, but I mean, for a bed, I don't think that's too bad. I'm still gonna have to stain them and everything. Haven't done that yet, and we're gonna have to do all front, back, sides, all of it, because you don't want any water getting under here and eating these things up. But we might clean these up on this end and then clean them up on there too, so they're at least a little bit more straight. I'm just worried about some of these being just barely long enough, but I think for the most part they'll do what I need them to. So I think I'll come clean these up as well. I'll go get a saw, get ready to cut these. Alright, I went ahead, got the ruler laid down in here, and basically what I'm going to do is get as close to the one that's the furthest down as I can, and I'm going to use my ruler, butt it up to the side over here on this piece of wood, and I'm just going to mark a line across all these boards a little bit under my lowest cut right here. I'm going to take this, use a pencil, mark a line, and just keep that line going across all the way. Just underneath, keep going here. And then we're going to move the ruler down, keep it in line, and do the same thing to the last 2. And then I'm going to pull all these boards out and cut these pieces off, reline them up, and then get ready to cut those down there. So our lines are drawn. We'll move these boards out, move you guys back, and we'll get to cutting a little bit. Okay, just for your guys' sake, when you guys cut, let me make sure you can see this real quick. When you guys are using this to cut, on this one specifically, you use that line right here, not this one, but the closest one that way, okay? So you'll line it up on the line you just drew. You'll come over here, and this has a lock on it, so hit the lock, push it down, and then you can use it. If not, it'll lock that trigger and you can't use it at all. You can move your guard if you want, it's up to you, but you'll come over here, you'll line this piece up, and remember, you don't necessarily want to hold just with your hands, cut your fingers, it ain't gonna be very good, but I'm gonna have to hold it because my board ain't braced very well and it's real bendy. But anyways, I'm gonna get this cut real fast. Just don't get your fingers bound up in here. We got off the line just a little bit, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to do, you know, better than what it was. These boards weren't really the greatest boards. Like I said, I just bought the cheapo ones just to save myself some money because I can do this stuff myself. It's not a big deal. I'm going to do the rest of them off camera so you don't got to sit here and watch me do them all. And we'll be back when I get them all lined up again. Alright, it's definitely not perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did. So, now we're going to move down here and cut down through here. Like I said, we're going to stay on this side of that hinge right here for this. So, I'm going to follow probably this line right here with this metal right here. Straight across to that one. And then we're going to take these, cut them across, and then they should be good. So, I'm going to go ahead, mark it up just like I did up there, ruler and pencil, and then we're going to get to cutting these, and I'll show you when they're done too. Okay, here we are. I already made sure the tailgate closed, so it'll come all the way up like I said, close. Open it back up. And now these are what I'm going to use to actually bolt down to the cab, or I'm sorry, the bed, but they're just laid in there for now. Now they are short because remember earlier I wasn't planning on going over that lip. I was going to cut and just lay it right there and then it would have been pretty much right on top of all of it. And I haven't really made up my mind yet. So if you guys want to comment, tell me if you think I should bring it in down or just leave it the way it is. I like the way it looks. Now it's not stained or anything. I gotta go take all this stuff and put it back up because it's not stained and it could possibly rain before Monday. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this one here because I still have a lot of stuff to do yet. And this is gonna take me into next week. So this is gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't. Comment in the box. It all helps the algorithm, and I appreciate you guys so much. It's wonderful to get out here and do this and see people that actually enjoy it. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys on the next one.